Welcome to Battle Creek, Michigan for the first game of a two-game set for the Traverse City Pit Spitters against the home team, the Battle Creek Bombers. Hi everyone, I'm Steven Walker doing play-by-play on stream and radio all season long for road games right here doing the road live stream. Tonight, we have a matchup between polar opposites in the Great Lakes East Division. Traverse City tops of the Great Lakes East at 6-2. Battle Creek Bombers at the very bottom, tied for last at 2-5. Game yesterday was postponed due to weather. Luckily, the weather held off for today, and it actually looks like a real nice day outside. Very humid, but a beautiful day nonetheless for some baseball. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these teams, starting with the visitors, the Traverse City Pit Spitters. Leading off, playing right field today is Trey Truitt. Playing shortstop, making his season debut at short. Played some games at shortstop at Grand Valley State is number 22, Christian Faust. In the 3-hole, went 4 for 4 yesterday, 6 for 6 on base. It is the left fielder, number 30, Miles Symington from Purdue. Batting cleanup, the big man, DH from University of Illinois Springfield, number 32, Chris Monroe. Batting fifth for the Pit Spitters, Michael Steigels, number 6. He will be playing first base, making his season debut at first base in this ball game today. Behind the dish, back behind the dish, getting the day off yesterday, is Miguel Useche, number 13. Hitting seventh is Colin Summerhill, number 18. He got inserted into the lineup due to an injury to Camden Traficante. Nothing serious, just a little tightness in his hip, and went up to head coach Josh Reedman before the game and let him know not a good idea to play, risk further injury. Took himself out of the lineup very graciously. So Colin Summerhill is in for him. He's hitting 7th, playing 3rd. Hitting 8th, playing 2nd. Number 4, Aiden Brewer had a tough game yesterday, looking to break out of it today. And hitting in the 9-hole, the center fielder, number 1, Johannes Hawkinson. Pitching for the Bombers today is going to be Lyle Hibbets. He is making his first start of the season. He just joined the team today, actually. Flew in from Texas and is making his first appearance of the season. But while he was at New Mexico State, he pitched 20 2/3 innings in 14 games, had a 6.1 ERA with 20 strikeouts, so about a strikeout per inning, give or take. Do the home lineup and home pitching situation when the Bombers come up to bat. But while we're at it, let's take a look around at how the Bombers will stack up defensively. Behind the plate tonight is going to be Drew Dyer, number 22 for the Bombers. At first base, Stephen Kraus. Second, Miguel L'Oreal. Shortstop, Ed Johnson. And at third base, Nicholas Israel. Looking at the outfield from left to right, we got Blake Bean, Ben McNaughton, and then Jacob McKean. And then, of course, towing the hill is Lyle Hibbets, making his season debut. Yesterday was a very eventful game for the Pit Spitters. Had a fantastic game offensively, 15 hits in the game. Scored 13 runs, their second most runs scored on the season, as they really got to the Madison Mallards early after suffering their second loss of the season just the day before. Bounced back in a huge way. Twice on this road trip, they dropped game 1 of the season, or of the series, and then came back and put up double digits in a winning effort. They scored 14 after losing to the Kenosha Kingfish, and then 13 after losing to the Mallards. And disappointing fashion on a tough call at second base. But Josh Reedman's team bounced back and really showed the Mallards what they were capable of. Player of the game, undoubtedly, Miles Symington, who went 4 for 4 with a double. Also had a walk and a hit by pitch, so he reached base safely every single at-bat. That's a player to watch out for today, hitting .500 on base percentage at a staggering .654. Leading the team in that category. He is second on the team in slugging at .833 and is leading the team in OPS as well. So a guy to watch out for in the 3-hole today. A couple pit spitters are streaking on the season. Christian Faust in the midst of an 8-game on-base streak. He's reached base safely in every game on the season and hit safely in 7 of those 8. Every game but the opener, where he scored the winning run in a walk-off. Chris Monroe has a hit streak of his own, 5 games. Almost saw it end last night, but he did get himself a hit. So his streak continues. He's hit safely in every game he's been on the team. He joined late, finishing up his college season, and then showed up, made an impact right away. He's got 3 homers on the season. 2 of them were against the Kingfish in a 5-home-run game just a few days ago. Most home runs ever hit in a game for the Pit Spitters, 5. Also hit one in the loss, Game 1 against Madison. So Trey Truitt is into the box, and we are ready to go here at Battle Creek. First pitch is officially going to be 6:37 local time. Lyle Hibbets deals, and it is a ball low and away for opening the game. So Truitt, 2 for 4 in the ball game yesterday. Also walked twice, on base 4 total times. Got his on base percentage up to .529. So one of 3 pit spitter players that reach base more than they get out, which is huge for Josh Reband's club. Trey Truitt watches strike 1 on an outside corner. Not a pitch that he necessarily likes to go after. And the 1-1 is high as well. So it's 2-1 count to Trey Truitt. Truitt hitting .407 on the season, 3rd on the team behind Symington and Proctor. Proctor had a couple hits in yesterday's game as well, getting the day off after catching yesterday. Truitt watches another strike high from Hibbets. Hibbets, the right-hander. Traverse City put up 5 runs in the first. Madison, a right-hander, and then 1 more in the second. 6 runs in the first 2 innings. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Truitt. It is outside, and Truitt tosses his bat. That was a close call, but it is just outside. Truitt had a call yesterday in a similar situation. It was 3-0 count, and it was a pitch that he deemed outside, and the umpire called the first strike as he tossed his bat to the dugout, and then he had to come back. Walked the next pitch nonetheless. So Truitt walks, extends his on-base streak, and here's Christian Faust. Hibbets looks at Truitt. He deals. Faust will watch strike 1 on the outside corner. Faust came oh so close to losing his hit streak in yesterday's game. Had it up to 6 games. It was 0 for 5 coming into his last at-bat before he poked a ball into center field to extend that streak. Quick pick over to first. Truitt dives in safely. Truitt took a beating in the first game against Madison, diving at a ball that was foul down the right field line. Got pretty banged up. Has tape on his leg and on his arms. Didn't seem to impact him yesterday as he got 2 hits. Grounder to second. Looks like it could be a 4-6-3, and the second baseman will not even try to turn it as it was hit too slow. He just gets Faust over at first. So it's a productive out as it moves Truitt into scoring position with only 1 away. Might have had a chance at second. Would have been a very close play, so better to just get the out in his eyes. And he did get the out over at first. So there's one away in the first. Miles Symington now, one of the best hitters on this club, is up at the plate. First pitch, jammed him, rolled over to the shortstop Johnson. Johnson fires, and first baseman Krause able to keep his foot on the base, and Symington, one pitch, is retired on the ground out. 2 outs now for the Pit Spitters in the first. A walk and 2 straight ground outs brings up the big man Chris Monroe. Monroe saw his home run streak end yesterday, but he's still got a hit to extend the hit streak. Hibbets deals to Monroe, and Monroe watches that one high for ball number 1. Monroe was 1 for 5. He did walk, so on base twice. He scored a run in the game as well. Monroe's up to .391 average on the season, 4th on the team. Swings one in the dirt, and a nice block by Dyer. It's the one thing about popping the bat. He's a very talented ball player, but he chases pitches sometimes. If pitchers are able to make a good breaking ball pitch in the dirt, they can sometimes get a swing and a miss. 1-1 to Monroe. Here it comes from Hibbets. Monroe, little flare down the first base. A little blooper on a 1-1 pitch. Chris Monroe just tosses his hands out at it, flicks it. Krause, L'Oreal converging on it, and McKean came in, but it just went into no man's land, and Chris Monroe has himself a base hit and an RBI, so it's 1-0 Pit Spitters already in the first. Pit Spitters got off to a very slow start this year offensively. Early on, they started their first 6 games of the season down, losing. They've had to come back in almost every single game. It's been a journey, but they have always answered the call. As Michael Steigels is in, and he fouls one off. Steigels playing first base today. He got the day off yesterday. Usually you'll see him in the outfield playing left, but today playing first base, as a Rebant wanted to keep Monroe in the lineup and wanted to give Jake Arnold a day off. So put Steigels over at first. Flip of the coin if he wanted to put Steigels or Monroe at first and had the other one DH. He chose Steigels to play first. And for the second day in a row, Monroe is DHing. Steigels watches a ball high. The count is even. 2-2 count. Monroe leads from first with 2 outs in the first. Hibbets is set, checks on Monroe, and here's the pitch, and got Steigels swinging on a ball in the dirt. Dyer blocks it, puts the tag on Steigels, and just like that, the inning is over. So it's 1 run on a walk and an RBI single from Chris Monroe, and Hibbet gets his first strikeout. 1-0 Pit Spitters after the top of the first, and for the second day in a row, they'll look to protect an early lead. Morgan Lunceford onto the mound to make his second start of the season in the bottom of the first when we come right back on Pit Spitters Radio. Back on Pit Spitters Radio for the bottom of the first. Coming back a little early to go over the Battle Creek Bombers starting lineup and then look at the Pit Spitters defensively. Leading off for the Bombers is Ben McNaughton, the center fielder. Ed Johnson behind him, shortstop. His partner up the middle, second baseman Miguel L'Oreal. Cleanup is Jacob McKean, the right fielder. Stephen Krause, first baseman, hitting fifth today. Mason Sykes, DHing, hitting sixth. Hitting seventh, Nicholas Israel, the third baseman. The catcher, Drew Dyer, will hit eighth, and rounding out the lineup in the 9-hole is the left fielder, Blake Bean. On the mound for the Pit Spitters is Morgan Lunceford, making his second start of the season. Last time he dazzled against Rockford on June 2nd, third game of the year. He went 4 innings, only gave up 1 hit, and struck out 4 batters. Picked up a no decision because he didn't go the 5 mandatory innings to qualify for a win, although he would have as his team won 11-1. Daniel Carter picked up the win in that one as he came in to pitch the 5th. First pitch that he fires is chopped to second. Brewer will play on the short hop. Throw to first. Steigels kept his foot on the base, and that is out number 1. Bombers' first base coach arguing he pulled his foot off the base. It was a little chopper. Brewer, in between, decided to play it on a short hop instead of trying to make a diving play. And Steigels, first game over at first base, keeps his foot on the bag for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Morgan Lunceford. First game, Josh Rebant just wanted to get Lunceford acclimated to a college setting as he is not pitched in a college game. He just graduated high school. He's a San Diego University commit, originally committed to Yale, and then decommitted and will be in San Diego in this upcoming fall. For now, he's here in Michigan with the Pit Spitters, and he's got a 1-1 count working to Ed Johnson. Around the infield, Useche back behind the plate. Summerhill at third, his second start of the season there. Faust, his first start at short. Brewer, the usual second baseman, back at second base. Steigels making his first appearance at first on the season. Miles Symington in left. Johannes Hawkinson in center. And Trey Truitt in right. 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Lunceford. Batter check swung at it. Didn't want to go around, but he did, and he foul tipped it back, so it's a 2-2 count. That first game, Lunceford looked really solid for the Pit Spitters, but Rebant just wanted to keep his pitch count around 50, 60 pitches, and it got up there, so he pulled him after 4. 2-2 pitch coming. It is high, and the count is going to run full. Lunceford faced 17 batters in that first game, gave up 1 hit, and walked 2. 1 run, but it was unearned on a pair of errors. Full count pitch is inside. It plunks Ed Johnson. So he would have walked anyway, but instead he gets on the more painful route, and Lunceford puts on his first batter of the game. Johnson reaches base for the second straight game. He had a hit in the game on Sunday. No game for the Bombers yesterday. It got postponed due to rain. Thought this game would be postponed until tomorrow, playing a doubleheader, but the rain stayed out of the area, and it's a nice sunny day, but a little hot, a little humid. First pitch on to Miguel L'Oreal is outside, and it's ball 1. After the quick 1-pitch out, Lunceford struggling to find the zone a little bit, but it's still early. Only his third batter. Lunceford a quick pick over to first, but diving back safely is Johnson. L'Oreal in that game on Sunday went 2 for 5, and he knocked in 2 runs. Good 3-hole hitter from the left side. The 1-0 pitch is outside as well, so it's 2-0. Lunceford only 18 years old, but his coaches, or his upcoming coaches, I should say, at San Diego are very excited about what they're getting out of him. They told Josh Rebant that they think very highly of him, and why not? Because you put him on scholarship and take him to pitch at your program. Rebant's high on him as well. He got great work out of him in his first game, and he would have went 5, maybe 6 innings, but the pitch count had him limited. 3-0 count here to L'Oreal, and it's 4 straight balls, all outside off the plate. Lunceford trying to work the lefty away and doesn't get a pitch into the zone. So it's first and second, 1 out for the cleanup hitter, Jacob McKean. Jacob McKean is a big 6'4", 225-pound right fielder from Phoenix, Arizona. Redshirt sophomore from Washington State in the Pac-12. Looking to do damage in the first and get that run back. First pitch is on the inside corner, strike 1. Last time Lunceford pitched, he did give up a run, and it was unearned, and with 2 errors in the inning. First time he's pitching with a lead to start the game. That ball shot out of play, so it's 0-2 count to McKean. Lunceford looking for his first K of the day. McKean 2 for 3 on Sunday. Scored a run, was walked and hit by a pitch, so he reached base 4 times out of 5 tries. The 0-2 pitch is on the inside corner, but the home plate umpire rules it inside, just off the plate. 1-2 the count. Lunceford looks in at the sign. McKean, a very good hitter, hitting .368 on the year, second on the team in hits. Lunceford looking to retire him here and keep those runners where they are. The pitch is a breaking ball that McKean fights off, stays alive on a ball down the right field line. Count stays at 1-2. Runners on first and second. Spitters lead 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Lunceford looking to protect that lead. Checks the runner at second. He deals, and it's inside. McKean had to bounce back to avoid being hit. Count goes to 2-2 now. Lunceford already thrown 16 pitches in this inning. Bombers making him work for it. After 1 pitch, 1 out to start. Payoff to McKean is right there, down the middle, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Morgan Lunceford, and there are now 2 outs as he gets probably the Bombers' best hitter. He's 3rd on the team in average, but the 2 guys ahead of him have only had 5 at-bats. They've only played 1 game, so he's played more games. He's got the longevity, so better stats to choose from. 7 hits compared to their 3 and 2. So now it's Steven Krause, the first baseman, needs a hit to tie the game. And that ball to third, Summerhill picks it and just goes to the bag for the force out, and the inning is over. Lunceford works around a hit by pitch and a walk. Gets the Bombers. Krause to ground out, roll over, end the inning. 1-0 Spitters after 1. Useche, Summerhill, and Brewer coming to the plate, looking to add on in the top of the second here on Spitters Radio. Second inning here from Battle Creek, Michigan's C.O. Brown Stadium. There are very limited fans in these seats to watch this afternoon matchup. Miguel Useche will lead things off for the Pit Spitters, and he's just had a absolute rough go of things to start the year. He is hitless in his first 19 at-bats of the season. He does have 2 RBIs, and he's walked twice to be on base. It's not like Useche just isn't putting the ball in play. He's only struck out a few times. He hits the ball on the screws, and he just can't seem to find a gap somewhere. Watch his first pitch strike. 0-1 pitch, chopped to second, and he's going to boot it. L'Oreal boots the short hop. That's going to go down as an error, and Useche will reach to lead off the inning. Useche, in that first game against Madison, he had a couple balls that he hit on the screws, and they just couldn't drop. The right fielder in the first game, on a ball that was hit in the gap with 2 outs, would have scored a run, made a fantastic running backhanding catch on it to prevent Useche from getting his first hit and an RBI, as that proved big, as Madison would tie it in the 9th and win in extras. Summerhill lined to second, and the play is made by L'Oreal. Hard line drive by Summerhill, but it's right at the second baseman, and he's going to go down on 1 pitch. Summerhill, a very aggressive bat, had 2 hits in yesterday's contest, 4 RBIs. Had himself a big night.
First ball was there.
Hit that one hard. In his 4 outs yesterday, he also had, those were all hit pretty hard as well. He didn't really have soft contact. That ball's ripped by Aiden Brewer deep into the right field gap. It's going to get down at the wall off the warning track. Brewer will get to second. Rebant's waving Useche. The throw by L'Oreal to the plate is in time. Rebant being very aggressive with the wave around, and Miguel L'Oreal made a fantastic relay throw to the plate, and Dyer fielded it on the 1 hop and put the tag on it. So Useche gets gunned down at the plate, and there are 2 away. Brewer just mere feet away from a home run. That ball bounced on the warning track in right center field. He does get a double, and that's huge for Brewer, breaking out of a big slump. He was 0 for 5 yesterday with the hat trick, 3 strikeouts. So first pitch swinging, and he drills it to the fence. Good start for Brewer. Now in is Johannes Hawkinson, the center fielder, and he's first pitch swinging. That ball's up the middle. That's going to drop. Brewer's getting the wave. McNaughton comes home firing, but it's not in time, and Hawkinson will advance to second on the throw. Hawkinson as well breaking out of a little bit of a slump. He had himself a pair of strikeouts in the first game against Madison. Was that game's beer batter, so struck out to give the fans discounted beers, and has a RBI 2-out single to score Aiden Brewer. Pit Spitters lead 2-0. Pit Spitters being very aggressive early in the count. Useche swung at the second pitch. Summerhill at the first. Brewer at the first. Hawkinson at the first. So only 5 pitches thrown in the inning. Hibbets gets 2 outs, but 2 hits as a run scores. One run across in the inning. Hawkinson leads from second. Trey Truitt at the plate. He walked his first time and later came around to score. First pitch in the dirt, but a nice pick by Dyer. Hawkinson stays at second. Drew Dyer plays his college ball at Carthage College. from Phoenix, Arizona, same hometown as Jacob McKean, the right fielder. Making nice plays on dirt balls. Hawkinson on the move. Trey Truitt shoots it the other way to short. Johnson makes the play, though. Fires to first in time. Hit and run was on. And it was actually a good, solid piece of hitting by Trey Truitt on the hit and run, shooting it the other way. But a little unorthodox by the Bombers. The second baseman, or Johnson, didn't move, stayed in his position, and Truitt just hit it right to him. So 1 run in the inning on 2 hits. Brewer doubled, and Hawkinson hit him home. Morgan Lunceford out in the bottom of the second for his second inning of work, up 2 on Spitters Radio. Bottom of the second here on Spitters Radio in Battle Creek, Michigan. 2-0 ball game for the Spitters, thanks to a Johannes Hawkinson RBI single to score Aiden Brewer. Lunceford towing the rubber. He will face Mason Sykes, the designated hitter, to lead off the inning. Sykes had himself a pretty good game on Sunday, 2 for 5 RBI, but struck out twice, so chance for Lunceford to get his second K of the game. Sykes sporting himself a .292 average, 5th on the team, 3rd for players with more than 10 at-bats. Ball 1 is outside. One pitch on its way, and it's just low. Count goes 2-1. 2 runners left on base in the first. Lunceford worked out of a jam. As that ball's grounded to third, Summerhill will make the play, fire across the diamond to Steigels. Nice little stretch, and there's one away. Summerhill looking nice, sliding right into third base. New position for him. He's a super utility player for the Spitters. So far in the season, he's played as a designated hitter. He's played in left. He's played in right. He's caught, and now he's played third. So 5 different positions for him on the season as Morgan Lunceford fires a first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 pitch is outside off the plate, and the count's even 1-1. One pitch from Lunceford is outside again. Can kind of pick up on the strategy for Morgan Lunceford today is to work the left-handers away, as virtually every time he's missed to a lefty, it's been outside. And there's a good one, though. Outside fastball as well, but it catches the outside corner. Perfect pitch, and the count's even again at 2-2. Lunceford looking for strikeout number 2. And here's the pitch. Outside corner again. Really working these left-handers away, but it misses. Count runs full to Nicholas Israel. Full count pitch. Here it is. And he swings, fires it down the left field line, foul, stays alive. Israel was 2 for 4 on Sunday, scored a run. Left-hander is set. Lunceford deals the full count. Line to second. Brewer picks it off the ground, throws to first, and there are 2 outs. Looked like he caught it, but he must have picked it off the infield dirt on the short hop because he threw to first. And there are 2 outs. Just going to make sure, and the official scorer book does rule that a ground out. Looked like he caught it right on his shoestrings, but feel it on the short hop and through to first as Lunceford throws the first pitch to Drew Dyer in for a strike. Dyer swinging and fouling it straight back, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. 3 straight batters. Lunceford's gotten down to 2 strikes. Is this the batter that he puts away for his second strikeout? 0-2 count to Dyer. Here it is. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Lunceford set. Here comes pitch 33 on the day. Swung on and missed. Morgan Lunceford works a 1-2-3 second inning and gets his second strikeout on the game. 2-0 after 2 innings of play here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Christian Faust leading off the top of the 3rd, looking to add on to this lead. Be right back for that on Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the 3rd here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Pit Spitters lead 2-0. Chris Monroe and Johannes Hawkinson have RBI singles for the Pit Spitters, and Morgan Lunceford just fired a 1-2-3 scoreless second with a strikeout, his second on the game. Lyle Hibbett's on the mound for his third inning of work, trying to avoid 3 straight innings giving up a run, and he will face Christian Faust, the shortstop, to lead it off. Faust is second on the team in hits, right behind Trey Truitt. Truitt has 11, Faust with 10. Faust watches that one high, ball 1. Faust with a 278 average. It was above 300, took a dip after 5 outs in yesterday's ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Looking to extend that streak of his. Comes up empty, strike 1. Faust grounded out to second his last time up. It advanced Truitt and eventually led him to score. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Faust. It is a breaking ball, but it is just inside, and the count is 2-1. Hitter's count for Faust. The 2-1 pitch on its way. It's a fastball inside. Faust has to jump back to avoid it hitting him on the kneecap. And the count's 3-1. Faust in the driver's seat. Hitter's count here. So if it's right there in the zone, expect him to attack it. Let's see if Hibbett's comes with the fastball on 3-1. It is a fastball. Faust is swinging, but he chops it right to the third baseman. Israel across the diamond. That throw is wild. Nowhere near the first baseman. Goes over his head, off the fence, down the first baseline, and Faust is going to advance to second on the error. That was an easy play for Israel. It was a chopper right at him. He had all day to make the play, and he fired it way over the head of the first baseman, Kraus. Kraus is 6'4", but no one was getting to that ball. It's a 2-base error committed by the third baseman, and the Pit Spitters, for the 3rd straight inning, have a lead-off base runner, second thanks to an error. And in now is a guy you don't want to face with the runner in scoring position, Miles Symington. First pitch on the outside corner. Symington took a small check swing. Started to get his hands going, but he held up on it. He knows he can get a better pitch than that, so he's going to just take that and wait for his pitch. Symington, a lot of pop. He's got a home run on the season. Hit was one of the 5 against Kenosha. Hibbett's fires. Big swing and a miss. Symington looked like he was fooled looking for a fastball, but it was a breaking ball in the dirt, and he swung right through it. Counts 0-2. One thing Symington does not do a lot of is strike out. He does put the ball in play a lot. He did so 4 times last night to the tune of 4 hits. Looking for his first in this game, but he's got to protect the plate on 0-2. Faust leads from second, nobody away. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, so Dyer has to throw down, but he looks Faust back, and he will not be able to advance. 2 straight nice pitches, breaking balls, that fooled Symington and got him to swing through it. So he will get his second strikeout and the first out of this inning. Should be 2 outs, but the third baseman Israel threw the chopper by Faust away and allowed him to get to second. Now it's Chris Monroe. The big man from University of Illinois Springfield, 3rd on the team in RBIs, 4th on the team in batting average. Raise it just a little bit his last at bat. Faust on his way to 3rd, swing and a miss by Monroe, but Faust is in there safely. Looked like another hit and run was on. It happened last inning when but it allows Christian Faust to score. Chris Monroe with the RBI ground out, and the Pit Spitters for the third consecutive inning are going to score the leadoff man. 5-3 ground out, but an RBI. And that now puts Chris Monroe in a tie for second on the team in RBIs with his 8th of the season. 2 outs, and Michael Steigels is in. Bases empty after the RBI ground out. It's looking to end this inning right where it's at. Gets a 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, counts even 1-1. Steigels playing first, 136 average. That ball's hit hard to left, but running to make the catch is Bean in left field. Steigels hit that one on the screws, but it was just in screws, but it was just in the reach fielder, and the inning is over. Pitt Spitters score one more on a leadoff error. Faust stole second, and Monroe hit him home, his second RBI of the game. 3-0 after 3 plate appearances for Traverse City. Bottom of the third coming up in a minute from Battle Creek, Michigan on Pitt Spitters Radio. Bottom of the third from Battle Creek, Michigan. Morgan Lunceford back on the hill for his third inning of work, working well ahead in a 3-0 ball game. His first pitch is on the inside corner, strike 1. I think he missed his spot on that pitch, even though it was a strike, as Useche had to reach across his body. Lunceford's been working the lefties on the outside corner, and that one was on the inside corner. Second pitch is low, and the count's even 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Morgan Lunceford is outside. As he walked 3 times and scored a run. Works a full count on a ball outside. 3-2 pitch coming up to the leadoff hit. Pitch from Lunceford is outside again, really working the lefties away, and has missed his spot a few. Leadoff walk worked by the Bombers. And they go back to the top of the lineup with Ben McNaughton. McNaughton trying to put down a bunt, but he fouls it straight back into the seats. McNaughton, in his first game of the season on Sunday, went 3 for 5. So he officially, or technically, has the best average on the team. He doesn't not enough at bats to qualify. Second pitch is swinging on top of the awning and into the parking lot. 0-2 count. Lunceford checks the runner at first. McNaughton ready. 0-2 pitch from Lunceford is blocked by Useche, keeping that runner at first. Tried the breaking ball. 0-2. Might as well spike something in the dirt. See if he way ahead in the count. No need to give in. Still doesn't need to give in. 1-2. Has some pitches to work with. Looks at the runner at first. It's high inside, ball 2. Counts even. Now he has to make a competitive pitch. Don't want to go full and risk a second walk. Two-two pitch, checks on the runner. It is high again. So back-to-back full counts worked by the Bombers. Full count. Runner on first. Bombers looking to walk back-to-back walks. Runner goes, and it's high. So it is back-to-back walks. Back-to-back walks by Morgan Lunceford. His second and third walks of the game. And the Bombers have something covered. Ed Johnson looking to get his team on the board, down 3 in the third inning. Bean leads from second. Lunceford deals. Bunt is on, but it is bunted foul. Bombers so far not executing on the sacrifice situations. Tried 2 bunts in the inning, both of them foul. Not doing their job advancing runners. Didn't matter in McNaughton's case because he walked himself on base. Johnson looking to make Lunceford pay for 2. Here it is. And his glove into the outfield. Brewer tried to backhand it, but it skipped right under his glove. Runner will score, and McNaughton will go to third on the error. So now runners on the corners with nobody out. And the first pitch is outside. And the official scorer actually ruled that a base hit. I can't imagine why, because it was just under the glove of Aiden Brewer. Not advocating for an error for, you know, our guys, but when an error is an error, plain and simple. And that's just going to give an earned run against Morgan Lunceford when that runner shouldn't have scored on the play. Nonetheless, Lunceford back to work. That ball's lined into left field, and that's going to drop, so that one is actually an RBI single. Symington a little wild on the throw back into the infield. But backing up the play is Steigels, and the runners stay where they are. Back-to-back RBI singles. I say with quotations, as you can't see me. As McNaughton scored on the play. Miguel L'Oreal, RBI single there, and it's runners on first and second, nobody out in the inning. Lunceford in trouble. He's thrown 17 pitches, now 18 with the first pitch ball to Jacob McKean. There's nobody out, and McKean went. Lunceford trying to do the same. McKean swings, fouls it, out of play. McKean, 2 for 3 on Sunday, looking for his first hit today. That pitch low in the dirt. Useche scoops it, and it's ball 2. 2-1 the count to McKean. Came in top average on the team of qualified hitters of at least 10 at-bats. Strikeout or a double play would be absolutely huge right now. That ball's ripped, and that is into the gap. Over the head of Faust at short. 1 run scores. L'Oreal goes to third, and the Bombers are cooking in the 3rd inning. It's officially going to be in the books as 3 consecutive RBI singles for the Bombers. And in the blink of an eye, they've tied this game, and they are looking for more with nobody out, runners on the corners, as pitching coach Rocky Mariello is out to the mound to talk with Lunceford. Lunceford looked really solid his first game, only gave up 1 hit through 4 innings, and he's already given up 3 hits in 1 inning here in the 3rd. Started off the inning walking Bean and McNaughton, both of them in 2-strike counts. Wasn't able to put him away, put him on base, and then 3 straight singles has the Bombers on the board with 3 runs. 4th runner looking to score is on third base, nobody out. Yesterday, Spitters gave up a big inning in the 4th inning as they gave up 4 runs to the Mallards, but they were still up 3 at the time, and then they went on to score 6 unanswered to finish the game. Bombers looking to make it 2 straight days with a 4-run inning against the Spitters, and it would give them the lead if they're able to do it. First pitch on its way is, I guess, a ball to Steven Krause. Krause grounded out to third in the first to Summerhill, which ended the inning. He stepped on the bag. Lunceford needs to reach into his bag of tricks to get out of it. Grounded to short. Faust to Brewer on to first, so it's a nice 6-4-3 double play, but it's an RBI. Run will score, and the Bombers have taken the lead here in the 3rd inning. So Krause puts a ball on the ground to score Miguel L'Oreal, the 4th run of the 3rd inning. That ball hit into the center field. Hawkinson is under it. He will make the play to retire the side, but not before the Bombers have a big inning. 2 walks, 3 hits, and they score 4 runs to take the lead. 2nd day in a row, a Spitter pitcher has given up 4 in an inning. All of those runs earned to Morgan Lunceford. third of the way through here in Battle Creek, Michigan's C.O. Brown Stadium. Spitters looking to get those runs back and more in the top of the fourth when we come back on Spitter Radio. Top of the fourth in Battle Creek, Michigan. Spitters trailing for the first time tonight, down 4-3 after a 4-run third by the Bombers. Looking to start off the fourth inning and get these runs back is Miguel Useche. First pitch is a ball to Useche. Useche last time hit a grounder to second that was booted by L'Oreal, and he was erased trying to score on the Aiden Brewer double, and then Brewer eventually scored on the Hawkinson RBI single. Two 2-0 the count to Useche. Hitters count, and no guy on the team is in more need of a base hit than Miguel Useche, as he watches strike one on the inside corner, a fastball. Useche 0 for 20 to start the season. Looking to make it 1 for 21. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Down 2-2, actually even 2-2. Leading off the inning, Spitters have had the leadoff hitter reach the first 3 innings, looking to make it 4 in a row. The pitch on its way, and swinging and a miss. Useche strikes out to start the fourth. Now in is Aiden Brewer. Oh, it's Colin Summerhill, my mistake. Summerhill, his last time up, hit a hard liner, but it was right at L'Oreal at second, and it was an easy play to make. 1-0 pitch to Colin Summerhill is in the dirt again. 2 straight dirt balls, both of them picked by Dyer. 2-0 hitters count for Colin Summerhill, looking for a pitch to hit. Hibbets into his windup. Summerhill, big swing on a 2-0 pitch. Not the result he wanted, just a little squibber in front of the mound. And Hibbets makes the play for out number 2. Summerhill swinging 2-0 and tried to do a little too much as he just hit a little chopper back to the mound, and it was an easy play for Hibbets. Two quick outs here in the 4th. And Aiden Brewer looking to do something to tie this game against Lyle Hibbets. His first pitch is a ball. Into the windup. The 1-0 to Brewer. Swung on up the middle. Aiden Brewer, after an 0 for 5 game yesterday, has himself 2 hits already in this one. He's doubled and singled. And now he's got himself in position to tie the game with 2 outs. In is Johannes Hawkinson, who hit Brewer home in the 2nd. RBI single. Hibbets from the stretch now. He's ready. Deals. Hawkinson showed bunt, pulled back on a pitch outside. Brewer on those 2 at-bats with 2 hits raised his season average from 160 to 222. Now, still, not an average a lot of people will look at and say is that, impressive of a line, but 62 points is a big jump. And if Brewer can keep it going, he can just keep rising that average. 1-0 pitch to Hawkinson. Brewer's off. Outside, actually goes to the screen, and Brewer, had he realized it, might have been able to get to 3rd, but he will settle with a stolen base to 2nd. I think he had a good jump. Would have been in anyway, but it is a wild pitch thrown by Hibbets. 2-0 count to Johannes Hawkinson. Brewer at 2nd. Last time in the 2nd, when Brewer was standing where he's at, Hawkinson singled him home. Looking to do the same thing here to tie the game up at 4. Should get something to hit here on 2-0. And Hibbets will step off and look Brewer back. Second base L'Oreal keeping him close, not wanting Brewer to advance to 2nd base or 3rd base on a stolen base after swiping 2nd. Hawkinson ready. Hibbets looking for the sign. He gets the sign. Brewer leads from 2nd. L'Oreal close to the bag, holding him on. Retreats. 2-0 to Hawkinson. Is outside. Ball 3. Right now, it's just pick your poison for Lyle Hibbets. Does he want to face Hawkinson? Does he want to throw him something to hit here, or throw a strike? Because I think the take sign will be on. Does he want to work back into the count and throw strikes and allow Hawkinson to swing freely, or does he want to face the hit leader Trey Truitt? And Hawkinson actually on 3-0 had the green light as he swung and fouled it off. So got himself the green light, trying to tie it up, and he fouls it. So it's 3-1. So does he want to... looks like he is going to try and face Hawkinson. Trying to get out the 9-hole hitter, not wanting to allow Truitt another at-bat. 3-1 is high, and he will have to face the leadoff man, Trey Truitt, with 2 outs in the 4th. So with 2 outs, Brewer singles up the middle and steals second, and Johannes Hawkinson walks. And the leadoff man, Trey Truitt, will look for his first hit of today's ball game and to tie this one up. Truitt has a lot of grass to work with in the outfield. The right fielder actually is shading well towards right center, so he has the right field line to work with. Big swing, looking to give his team the lead, actually. But he comes up empty on a nice first pitch breaking ball from Hibbets. Hibbets trying to work out of the 2-out jam. Truitt trying to tie the game. Brewer leads from second. The 0-1 pitch on its way is inside. Truitt lays off. It was a very similar pitch. It might have been the same exact pitch that Truitt swung through and came up empty on to start the at-bat, and he wisely lays off of that one. Even count, 1-1. Hawkinson behind Brewer at first. Gets a nice lead. Got to watch a back pick. 1-1 to Truitt is breaking ball. Tried to catch the outside corner, but it just missed a little bit outside. Truitt lays off, and it's 2-1. Don't want to load the bases here in the 4th and put 2 men in scoring position, so I'd have to imagine one of these next 2 pitches will be in the zone, and Truitt will take a big swing at it, trying to tie this game or even better. Hibbets is ready on the 2-1 count with 2 on with 2 outs in the 4th. Brewer big lead. Pitch right down the middle. Truitt into left, but it's hit too hard as it stays up long enough for the left fielder, Blake Bean, to make the play. Nice piece of hitting from Truitt, sending it to opposite field, but it just was hit too hard, and Bean was able to make the play on it. So the Pit Spitters strand 2 in the 4th, down 1, going to the bottom of the 4th, here on Pit Spitter Radio. Bottom of the 4th here on Pit Spitters Radio from Battle Creek, Michigan. Bombers lead the Pit Spitters 4-3. 4-run third for the Bombers has them out ahead, and Lyle Hibbets worked around a 2-out single and walk to strand 2 runners in the top half. Morgan Lunceford is back on the mound in the 4th, but there is action in the Pit Spitter bullpen. Tough to tell from my angle in the press box, but I think it's right-hander Pat Holefield down there. Or Holefield actually, I think, is standing watch for the real arm in the pen. Try to get some confirmation on who's in the bullpen in a minute. All I can tell you is it's a right-hander. And it's number 7, Joe Horosco. So Joe Horosco in the pen. warming up for the Pitt Spitters. And looks like he'll be the first man out of the pen for a rebant today. Morgan Lunceford now in a 2-0 count to the leadoff hitter. Nicholas Israel grounded out to second his first time. Swings at the 2-0 pitch, grounded to short. Faust makes the play on to Steigels for out number 1. Leadoff ground ball worked by Lunceford to get the first out. Going to be a testament to the young man at how he works this 4th inning, how he faces adversity and bounces back. And I'm sure this is something his coaches at San Diego will be watching as he deals a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Something that college coaches are going to be looking at. It's not always how well you are able to just pitch in certain situations. It's how you can come back from a rocky inning. And Lunceford looking good so far. Ahead in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's lined down the first baseline fair for a single. Lunceford gets Drew Dyer into a 2-strike count, not able to put him away, and the Bombers have hit number 4 on the ball game. Runner on first now for the Pitt Spitters. Or for the Bombers. As Drew Dyer picks up his 4th hit on the season. Lunceford on the outside corner. He fires a strike. Again, working left-handers away. Blake Bean, he had him into a 2-strike count his last time up, but he walked to lead off the inning. It would later come around to score the first of the 4 runs in the 3rd. Again, Lunceford on the outside corner, same exact spot. Nice pitch, working ahead, 0-2. See if he tries 3 straight fastballs or if he comes with some breaking balls. There's a ball in the field of play from the bullpen, and the bullpen catcher on his way to get it at the warning track. Doesn't affect the fielders at all. I'm not sure anyone even noticed it as Lunceford fires outside. So he did try 3 straight outside fastballs. He missed on the 0-2, now the 1-2. Still pitches to work with as Dyer leads from first. Pitch on its way, and again, working outside. Good pitch by Lunceford. Useche pointed at him as a way to say, nice pitch. Breaking ball, low, but Bean was able to lay off. Count even at 2. Dyer at first gets an aggressive lead. Won't go. The pitch is lined into the outfield gap. Hawkinson moving to his left. Cuts it off. Fires to second base. And close play, but the tag is late as Blake Bean has himself a 1-out double. Dyer makes his way to 3rd on the hit. 2 straight hits for the Bombers, and once again, they're in business. 2 in scoring position, only 1 away. Back to the top of the order, and it's Ben McNaughton. Hitless so far today, but he's only had 2 plate appearances, 1 at bat as he walked his last time up and then came around to score. Infield not drawn in as they're willing to concede a run to get a ground ball out as Lunceford fires a breaking ball on the inside corner for strike number 1. Strikeout in this situation would be huge as the runners wouldn't be able to advance, or something like an infield pop-up. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Ball in the dirt, gets away from Useche. Runner scores. And then Bean goes up to third. Lunceford got the swing on the ball in the dirt. Useche couldn't keep it in front. It goes down as a pass ball. And that's huge because a ground out now, instead of scoring only 1 run in the inning, it would plate the 2nd run of the inning. Infield's still back, still willing to concede the run to get the ground ball out. They feel they have the offense to get back these runs. Big pitch here for Lunceford. The 0-2 is right there down the middle. Morgan Lunceford gets strikeout number 3, and it is a big one as it keeps Blake Bean right where he's at third base. Would have been even bigger if the runner was able to score on the pass ball, but I'm sure Lunceford will take a strikeout there and allow that runner to stay put at third. 2 outs now in the 4th inning. 1 run across. Bombers looking for more with the runner on third. Ed Johnson looking to get his 2nd RBI of the game. Swings down the line, foul. Slow chopper, just foul. Johnson singled home the first run of the 3rd inning for the Bombers. He scored Blake Bean, and he'll look to score Blake Bean again with a single. 0-1 pitch from Lunceford. Lined hard, foul ball. Oh, just foul. That was right on the line, just barely by mere centimeters does that go foul. And big break for Lunceford and the Pit Spitters as it keeps a run off the board. That ball is fair. That's easily extra bases and another run. Instead, it's an 0-2 count, and Lunceford can get out of this inning with only 1 run of damage. 0-2 pitch to Johnson. Here it is. Swing! And it is fouled off. Just making contact to stay alive is Ed Johnson. And Lunceford will have to throw at least 1 more pitch to get out of this inning. 18 pitches in the inning. He's about to throw pitch number 19. Here it is, and it hits him. On an 0-2 count, Morgan Lunceford comes in and hits Ed Johnson. It's the 2nd time he's been hit by a pitch in this game. Not ideal for Lunceford. Way ahead in the count. Had Johnson right where he wanted him. And the breaking ball gets away from him, and it plunks him. Now Josh Rebant is out to the mound. And usually when the manager comes out, it's to make a pitching change. And we'll see if he does that here, or if he just wants to have a talk with Lunceford himself. Runners are on the corners with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. 1 run has already come across to score. Lunceford is if he continues, will fire his 20th pitch in the inning, and he is continuing. So Rebant just goes out to calm his nerves, let him know that the team has his back. In this game, they'll come back and pick him up. Lunceford's pitch count starting to tick up, so I definitely imagine, and I bet I'm right, that this will be his last inning of work. Question is, will he get out of it with just the 1 run, or will the Bombers strike for more? Miguel L'Oreal, he singled home a run his last time up, looking for more in the 4th. First pitch is just off the plate. Lunceford again is working the outside corner to the left-handers, and he has missed once again. Runner leads from first not going. Pitch is low. It's ball 2. Bean is on third after doubling home a run. Take that back. He doubled Dyer over to third, then he scored on a pass ball. 2-0 pitch to L'Oreal. 2-0 swung on. Left side off the glove of the diving Colin Summerhill. And it's going to be another run for the Bombers. Summerhill tried to make the diving play. It just kicked off the leather and skipped into shallow left field for the second run of the inning, 6th of the game. First and second, 2 outs for the Bombers. And that pitch is just a hair outside. Lunceford has thrown over 80 pitches already through 3 2/3. Pitch count getting up. 1-0 pitch to McKean. He checks his swing, and he went around on it, so it's going to be a strike. Looked like it was a strike in the zone, but it must have been just a pinch outside. McKean couldn't hold his bat back, and it's the first strike. Lunceford looking to get out of this jam and keep the lead just right where it's at. The pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Miguel Useche. McKean singled home a run his last time up and was retired on a double play. Has a chance for another RBI here with a base knock. Checks his bat on a pitch up around his eyes, and he held up, so it's 3-1. Don't want to walk the bases loaded, especially struggling with command. But you also don't want to just coast one in there for McKean to hit. So we'll see what Lunceford decides to do, how he decides to work him on the 3-1 pitch. Runners getting big leads. The pitch is chopped down the line, just a hair foul. So there's a full count in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. So the runners will be in motion on first and second, meaning a base hit, undoubtedly, unless it's an infield base hit, will score a run. McKean looking for his second RBI of the day. Lunceford looking to just get out of this inning already. 7th batter of the inning, and the pitch is swung on and fouled off, stays alive. Pitch 29 of the inning is going to be fired. First base ump calls time. I think someone had to get the ball that was fouled. So here we go. Full count, 2 outs, first and second. Pitch 29 of the inning to the 7th batter of the inning, Jacob McKean. Here it is. Runners go, and it is inside, almost hits him, and he works the walk. Bases are loaded now for the Bombers. And Rebant is making his way out, and that's going to do it for the 18-year-old Morgan Lunceford. He looked good in his first outing. when he went 4 innings, only 1 hit and 4 strikeouts. This time he won't make it through 4 innings, just shy. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 6 earned, 3 strikeouts, and 4 free passes. Really what hurt him. And to pitch is Joe Horosco, number 7. He will make his 2nd relief appearance of the season. Last time he made an appearance was Game 2 of the year against the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Pitched the 7th inning in that game. Threw a 1-2-3 7th, but it was an unorthodox 1-2-3 as he gave up a single with 1 out and then got a 6-4-3 double play to end it. So he's worked 1 inning on the season, 1 hit, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks. And he inherits one of the worst situations you can inherit as a pitcher, bases loaded. Bombers entered this game with a .234 batting average. That is 15th in the Northwoods League, and they have 6 hits in today's ball game. They did have a season-high 14 hits their last game on Sunday, so some of that momentum must be carrying over against the Pit Spitters, who have a usually very dominant pitching staff. First pitch, Horosco fires, popped up, and he will charge and make the play. So 1 pitch is all it takes for Horosco to work out of a terrible jam, bases loaded, 2 outs. But 2 more runs come across for the Bombers as they send 8 men to the plate. Only 3 hits in the inning, a hit by pitch and a walk. And the Bombers lead 6-3 after 4 innings of play. Pit Spitters will try to get some of those back when they come up in the top of the 5th in a minute on Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the fifth here from Battle Creek. Pitt Spitters trail 6-3 after 2 more runs were scored in the bottom of the fourth. New pitcher for the Battle Creek Bombers is number 28 Tanner McNamara. He, like Lyle Hibbets, making his first appearance of the season. He will work against the 2, 3, 4 hitters of Traverse City, Christian Faust, Miles Symington, and Chris Monroe. Faust takes strike 1. He showed bunt, pulled back. Second pitch is outside, take it back. Outside corner, strike number 2. Faust down in the count, 0-2. McNamara working the zone early on. 0-2 pitch is spiked in the dirt and skips to the screen. Tanner McNamara, big 6'3" frame from the right side from College Station, Texas, home of Texas A&M. 1-2 to Faust is hit into the air, trouble and right, but the right fielder is able to camp under it and make the play. Into the box for the Pitt Spitters is number 30, Miles Symington, the left fielder. He's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to short, and he struck out. Hoping his fortunes change against a new pitcher. That ball is on the outside corner. Fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 is high, another fastball. Symington lays off. McNamara also making his season debut from Tyler Junior College as he pitches the 1-1. It skips it in the dirt. 2-1. He made 10 appearances out of the pen for Tyler Jugo. 13.2 innings pitched and 15 Ks, so barely more than a strikeout per inning. The 2-1 to Symington, swung on, grounded to second. The play is made easily by L'Oreal, and it's 2 up, 2 down. Two quick outs worked by McNamara out of the pen. And it's going to take a 2-out rally to get something going for the Pitt Spitters. Chris Monroe, the big designated hitter, will look to start it. Monroe has 2 of the 3 Pitt Spitter RBIs on the day. RBI single in the first, RBI ground out in the third. He watches a breaking ball outside for ball 1. McNamara looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The 1-0 swung on hard, but fouled back by Monroe. One count to Monroe. He's 1 for 2. 2 RBIs on the day. Had a hit yesterday as well. Has a hit streak going. That pitch, slider, outside, but Monroe's swing is right through it, fooled on it, and it's 1-2. McNamara looking for his first strikeout and a 1-2-3 inning. Monroe looking to extend it any way he can. The pitch is in the dirt. Monroe lays off, and the count's even 2-2. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. McNamara set and deals, and Monroe will fight it off and stays alive for another pitch. The Texas kid is set. The 2-2 to Monroe. Breaking ball, got him swinging. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Pitch Spitters go down in order in the top of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth coming up on Pitch Spitter Radio. Bottom of the fifth, starting here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Bombers lead 6-3. Joe Horosco on the mound for his second inning of work out of the pen. He got Steven Krause to pop up to him on the first pitch last inning to strain the bases loaded. First pitch of this inning is swung on and lined into left for a leadoff single. Pit Spitters have struggled the first game of the road series. Every game of this road trip so far, they lost 10-3. Their first road game against the Kenosha Kingfish. Then they bounced back with a 14-7 win. Then they lost in extra innings against the Madison Mallards in comeback walk-off fashion. And then they came back to beat him 13-4 yesterday. And now today, got up to an early lead, but surrendered it with 6 unanswered runs. A usually very reliable pitching staff, 4th in the Northwoods League in ERA and WHIP. And after today's game, they might drop a few spots on that list. It's a 1-1 count to Nicholas Israel. He grounded out twice. A ground out would be big here, as it would set up a double play. Horosco deals. It is grounded to first. Steigels makes the play, throws it to short. Faust back to first, covering the bases. Horosco, but he's pulled off the base, and he's not able to make the play. Close to a double play. They do at least get the lead runner. So Israel will reach on a fielder's choice, and there's one out. The lights have just been turned on at C.O. Brown Stadium as the sun is setting here in Battle Creek. Horosco picks over, dives back safely, is Israel. Drew Dyer has a single. He singled in that last inning. Later came around to score. Again, Orozco picks over, and Israel again dives back safely. Orozco looking to put up the first 0 in 2 innings. And again, he will pick over to first base, really keeping an eye on Nicholas Israel. See if we get a pitch here, if he'll pick off again. He does pitch, and trying to put the bunt down and fouls it back is Dyer. Third time the Bombers haven't been able to execute a sac bunt and fouled it off. Orozco paying real close attention to Israel. He does have 2 stolen bases on the season. He has been caught once, though. And again, he'll pick over. That one was close, but again, he dives back safely. Orozco with a quick move. That's now 4 pickoffs in this inning. Orozco checking on him again. Gets set. Israel not running. Pitch is thrown for a strike. 0-2 the count. Again, Orozco picks, but again, he's safe. 0-2 count to Dyer. Dyer has struck out once. This would be a big one here. Israel looks like he might take off. He does not. That ball, fly ball on the infield. Summerhill will call off Faust and put it away for the second out. So 2 outs, and the 9-hole hitter Blake Bean will step in to face Joe Orozco for the first time. Bean is 1 for 1. He's walked and doubled, scored both times. A guy that came into the game with only 2 hits, hitting under 100, has reached base twice in this one. Again, Orozco will pick over, and again, Israel is safe. Orozco really showing a lot of attention to Israel at first, and with 2 outs, needs to lock in at the plate and get this guy. One of the lowest averages on the team. Should try and take advantage and get him out to end things in the 5th. The momentum is all the way on Battle Creek's side. 6 unanswered runs. Traverse City had it early with 3 runs of their own unanswered to start the game, and then the Bombers' bats came out of nowhere and started hitting and put up 6 straight. 2 straight scoreless frames for pit spitter hitters. And now Orozco looking for the first scoreless frame since and that ball to Brewer, and he boots it. That ball was hit right to Aiden Brewer at second base. Should have ended the inning. And it kicks off his glove into the outfield, and the inning will continue for the leadoff hitter, Ben McNaughton. E4 for Brewer allows Bean to reach. Orozco made a good pitch, got him to roll it over, and Brewer couldn't make the play. McNaughton now, grounder to short. Let's see if this gets them out of it. Faust across the diamond to Steigels, and the inning is over. So Joe Orozco is able to work around a leadoff single, and then a 2-out error strands 2 runners on and keeps the game right where it's at. Pit Spitters down 6-3 We've played 5 in Battle Creek. Pit Spitters looking to get back into it with the middle of their order when we come back on Pit Spitter Radio. Sixth inning, about to get underway from C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Pit Spitters trail by 3. They've gone scoreless the last 2 innings after scoring in the first 3. Bats have cooled off. Looking to ignite him is the leadoff man, the first baseman, Michael Steigels. Steigels has struck out and hit a hard liner to left field, so he's 0 for 2. He watches the second pitch of the inning just inside for a ball. The count's 1-1. Steigels, with a low average, looking to break out of a little slump, and it would be big to lead off the inning with his team trailing, and it would be big for himself to bounce back with a hit, get a little bit of confidence boosted. 2-1 count for McNamara, who worked a perfect 5th, chopped foul, so the count is 2-2. Steigels got the day off yesterday in the big win. Pit Spitters looking for their first win to start a road series. They've dropped the last 2 series openers on the road. McNamara, for the 3rd time tonight, has spiked a ball about a foot in front of home plate, and the count's full. Here comes the full count to Steigels, looking to work himself on to lead the inning. And it is swung on, foul tipped into the glove for strikeout number 2 on the night for Tanner McNamara. Steigels strikes out swinging, and in is Miguel Useche. Useche's reached on an error and struck out. 0 for 21 to start the year. First pitch swinging and fouls it back towards the Pit Spitter dugout for strike 1. Nobody on this team needs a hit more than Useche, and no one on the team works harder in BP than Useche. Not able to translate that hard work into hits yet, but not for a lack of trying. He's hit a lot of balls hard. He just can't find a hole. Looking for one here with 1 out. 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-1. The Bombers have a 7.2 ERA on the season. Not a very good mark, but they've been able to hold the Pit Spitters at bay the last 2 innings, as Useche swings at 1 in the dirt, and the count's even at 2-2. The way this game's going, you'd think the Pit Spitters have the 7.2 team ERA. Useche, the 2-2, lined, foul, he stays alive. Pit Spitters came into this game with a 2.85 ERA. Significantly better than the Bombers, but so far the Bombers have outpitched the Pit Spitters, and they've also outhit the Pit Spitters. 2-2 pitch to Useche with one away. Is in the dirt, good block by Dyer, and the count is full again. Back-to-back full counts worked by the Pit Spitters. Useche looking for a different result. He calls time, steps out. Here's the 3-2, and swung on and missed for strikeout number 2. McNamara, 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 consecutive if you go back to the end of the 5th when he struck out Chris Monroe to end the inning. 3 straight strikeouts. He's retired all 5 batters he's faced as Colin Summerhill comes in with 2 outs. First pitch swinging, Summerhill down the line, stay fair ball, just foul. Would have been extra bases with 2 outs. Instead, it's just a hard hit, strike 1. Summerhill makes his way back to the plate, gets his bat, and ready to face the 0-1 pitch from Tanner McNamara. It is a slider, low and away, ball number 1. Summerhill broke out last night with 4 RBIs. As he looks at strike 2 at the knees, he put himself in first place on the team with RBIs with 10, just ahead of Christian Faust. He's down 1-2. McNamara looking to strike out the side. It's a slow roll to third. Fielded on the short hop, and across the diamond is Israel, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Tanner McNamara. 6 up, 6 down. 2 perfect innings for Tanner McNamara, and the Pit Spitters have 7 consecutive batters sat down through 3 innings. Still trailing 6-3. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Joe Horosco back on the mound for another inning of work when we come back on Pit Spitters Radio. Joe Horosco is ready to go here in the bottom of the 6th. He's entering his 3rd inning of work. Only pitched in inning and a third, though. We got the last out in the 5th, or the 4th, and got out of the 5th without a blemish, although Bombers made him work for it. Here in the 6th, he throws a pitch a little high to Ed Johnson. Johnson's been on every time today. He's been hit by a pitch twice, and he's singled. He fouls that ball out of play, and the count's even 1-1. Ed Johnson came into this game hitting just a tick below 300 at 280. One hit tonight. Orozco, nice pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. He's ahead in the count. Orozco does not have a strikeout, but he's produced some pretty soft contact. The 1-2. Line to short. Faust fields it on a one-hop. Easy play, one away. And that's what Orozco has been doing so far, is just producing these, soft little hits. Nothing hit too hard, as he's able to work a leadoff out. First pitch low, ball 1 into Miguel L'Oreal. L'Oreal popped up on the infield left side. Summerhill camps under it and makes the catch for out number 2. So Orozco, just like McNamara, working quick in the 6th. McNamara getting the pit spitters to swing and miss at a lot of pitches and work strikeouts. Orozco just producing soft contact and having the Bombers hit themselves into outs. 2 outs for Jacob McKean. He swings through a breaking ball, strike 1. McKean on the day is 1 for 2, strikeout and a single, and he's walked. 0-1 is little inside and low. Counts even 1-1. Joe Orozco, an Ohio kid, not too far from home. From the Midwest, 1-1 pitch looked like it was on the inside corner, but must have been just inside. It's 2-1. Places ball at Wittenberg. Was teammates with Pittsburgh hitting coach Jeff Chonko. He fires the 2-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Counts even 2-2, 2 outs. Looking to get out of it with his first 1-2-3 inning. Trying to take back any kind of momentum from the Bombers he can. As that ball's high off the glove of Useche, count runs full. Full count, 2 outs to Jacob McKean. Orozco goes into the windup, and the pitch is a breaking ball in there. Strike 3 looking. Orozco gets his first strikeout, gets a 1-2-3 inning, and the Pittsburgh bats are coming back to the plate. 2/3 of the way through it here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Pittsburghers trail by 3, and they look to the bottom of the order, Aiden Brewer, Johannes Hawkinson, and then to the top with Trey Truitt to get things going in the top of the 7th when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. 6 innings have come and gone here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Aiden Brewer in for the Pit Spitters to face off against Tanner McNamara. He has pitched 2 perfect innings of relief through the 5th and the 6th. First pitch to Aiden Brewer is a ball high. McNamara worked the count last inning, went full to Steigels and Useche, but got both of them swinging. And now facing Aiden Brewer, his team up by 3. 3 innings left for the Pit Spitters to do something and get back into it. Brewer even in the count, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Tanner McNamara is a breaking ball up the middle. Over to make the play is Johnson. He throws just in time, beats Brewer to the bag, out number 1. Brewer retired for the first time tonight. He was 2 for 2 before that ground out. And now Johannes Hawkinson, who was 1 for 1 with an RBI, steps in. Hawkinson singled home a run his first time, walked his last time, so the bottom of the order doing some heavy lifting, getting on base for the Pit Spitters. Looking to get on base for the first time against McNamara. Tries to drag bunt his way on. It's a good bunt down the third baseline, and Israel can't make the play. So the first base runner for the Pit Spitters against McNamara is worked by Hawkinson, and I think that's going to go down as a bunt single. It was a tough play, a nice drag bunt down the third baseline. Israel charged and couldn't make the play, went off his glove, but they're going to give him a hit because he probably would have been safe regardless of if he fielded it or not. So Pit Spitters have their first base runner on since the top of the 4th, and the leadoff man, Trey Truitt, is in looking to make something happen. Truitt is 0 for 2, ground out and a line out, and then he walked his first time and scored. First pitch in the dirt, but Dyer blocks it, and Hawkinson stays at first. Hawkinson stole second his last time on base. Pit Spitters had runners on 3rd and 2nd with 2 outs in the 4th when Trey Truitt was up, but he hit a hard line drive to left, and it just was right at the left fielder, Blake Bean. 1-0 count, runner on first, outside 2-0. Pit Spitters atop the Great Lakes East, looking to keep that lead ahead of the Kenosha Kingfish, who are just 1 game behind them. Bombers looking to climb out of the basement of the Great Lakes East. The 2-0 pitch to Truitt is up and away, and expect a big red light by Josh Rebant down at third base, needing to work runners on however possible. So 3-0. I can't imagine Trey Truitt will be swinging here, as the tying run at this point is in the on-deck circle. He shows bunt, pulls back, and it's called a strike, a late strike call by a home plate umpire. Truitt, for the 2nd night in a row, flips his bat towards the dugout on a 3-0 pitch, and it's called a strike. The catcher, Dyer, couldn't handle the pitch. He dropped it, and Truitt thought it was a ball, but it's called a strike on the corner. Now a 3-1 count. So now it's an account where if the pitch is there, Truitt will take a good swing at it. Hawkinson leads from first, big lead, doesn't go. Pitch is again outside, and Truitt will take an extra half second to make sure the umpire calls that one a ball before jogging down to first for a second walk of the night. So now the Pit Spitters have something going on here. 2 innings of perfect ball from Tanner McNamara ended with a Johannes Hawkinson bunt single, and now a Trey Truitt walk. First and second, 1 out. Bombers coach on his way out to the mound to have a talk with McNamara. They do have another right-hander in the pen working. Sure, this is just a formality check, because McNamara looked good his first 2 innings, and now he's at where he started in the 5th. He His first batter faced was Christian Faust and got him to fly out. And now he's facing Faust for the second time. So these next 6 pit spitter batters, McNamara had his way with, producing soft contact, no hard hit balls. Still actually hasn't produced a hard hit ball because Hawkinson put down a bunt and Truitt walked. Christian Faust will look to extend his hit streak, and with a hit, tie Trey Truitt for the team lead in hits, and a hit here would be huge. 2 on, 1 out. Hawkinson at second, Truitt at first. Faust is 0 for 3 on the day so far. McNamara looks the runner back at second. Faust looking for his first hit on the night, trailing by 3. McNamara looks Hawkinson back at second, deals, and it's just outside, ball number 1. McNamara threw 3 hitters, only threw 9 pitches. Got Brewer swinging early in the count and got Hawkinson the first pitch he bunted. Then worked the walk to Truitt. Faust watches ball in the dirt, and it gets away from Dyer. Hawkinson takes a big turn around third, but he will stay put, as that's huge because it eliminates the double play that would have ended the inning had it occurred. And now a ball put in play should score Hawkinson from third base and cut into this Bomber lead. And we'll see if the Bombers play back. I'm assuming they will. Up 3, they can afford to concede a run to get an out. And the infield will stay back, so a ground ball should score Johannes Hawkinson. A base hit will score Hawkinson. A deep fly ball on a sac fly will score him. A lot of opportunities to score here. 2-0 pitch to that ball's down the line deep. Stay fair ball. Oh, just foul. Would have been extra bases. Would have scored 2 runs, but it's just foul down that left field corner. Spot where I don't have an angle on it from my point in the press box, as the outfield wall down the line is in the way, but that ball had to have been just barely foul by an inch or so. Looked good off the bat. It was deep, but it was just a hair foul. 2-1 pitch now, reset. That ball's in the dirt, gets away. Here comes Johannes Hawkinson, and he will score. The second pass ball in the inning, or the second wild pitch, I should say, is McNamara has spiked a couple pitches, at least 5, in this outing through his 3rd inning of work. And now a ball in play will score the 5th pit spitter run. Faust really in the driver's seat. Ahead, 3-1 in the count. Truitt at third. Here's the pitch from McNamara. It is hit hard, but out of play down the right field line. Now the count's full. And Faust now has to protect the plate with 2 strikes. Can't afford a strikeout here. Have to find a way to get that run in from third and make this a 1-run game. Getting late, every run crucial. The 3-2 is hit into right field. Truitt is on the bag. He will tag. Throw coming home from McKean. It is 1 hop, not in time. So a sac fly from Christian Faust, and it's a 1-run ball game in the 7th. That wild pitch from McNamara looking so important now. As had he not thrown a wild pitch, that would have only scored Hawkinson, and it would be a 2-run game still. Instead, Hawkinson scored on the wild pitch, and the sac fly to right by Christian Faust scores the 5th run, and it's a only 1-run lead for the Bombers. Now batting Miles Symington, and between him and Monroe, a lot of power that can tie this game with just 1 swing. 1-0 the count to Symington. McNamara deals inside, up and in. Symington watches that one. Ball 2. Faust picks up his first RBI. of the game. He now ties Summerhill for the team lead with 10 RBIs on the season. Symington, big swing. See if it stays in play. It will down the third baseline, and able to make the play on it is Israel. So the Pitt Spitters do score 2 runs in the inning, both earned against Tanner McNamara. Started with the Johannes Hawkinson bunt single, and then a walk, 2 wild pitches, and a sac fly. 5-6, getting closer now. Only 1 run down as we stretch here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Bottom of the 7th is coming up, and still on the mound for the Pitt Spitters is Joe Horosco, looking to keep this game where it's at and give his team a chance. Coming right back for the 7th on Pitt Spitter Radio. Back for the bottom of the 7th here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Joe Horosco still on the mound as the first pitch of the inning is lined hard into left. Symington cuts it off. The runner thought about second, but a strong throw by Symington, and he retreats to first. Stephen Krause picks up his first hit of the day. He's now 1 for 4. Only the second hit allowed. The second hit allowed by Joe Horosco through 2 1/3 in his 4th inning of work. Got out of the 4th, scoreless 5th and 6th. Now here in the 7th. No arms throwing in the Pitt Spitter bullpen, but there are arms stretching, getting loose. Second pitch of the inning is a breaking ball, low and outside. Krause leads from first. Horosco looks him back, deals, and it is just outside. 2-0 the count. Pitt Spitters got 2 back in the top half, and they only trail 1. So if they can hold this game right where it's at, they have a chance to tie it in the 8th. Middle of the order coming up, so a good chance to do just that. Horosco, though, needs to hold the Bombers at bay. The 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. It's a fastball in the outside corner. 2-1. Horosco has looked strong through his outing so far. A runner did get to third in the 5th on a 2-out error, but he was able to get a ground out to end the inning and then keep the Bombers scoreless. 1-2-3 inning last time out in the 6th. Has to work around a leadoff single here in the 7th. But he's got the stuff to do it. He is a ground ball pitcher, and one here would be big as it could start a double play. Runner leads. The 2-1 is just low on a breaking pitch, and the count is now 3-1. I can definitely see Pat Holefield, the right-hander, getting warm down the line, stretching. And I think I see John Buchelaar as well, stretching a little bit. 3-1 pitch, though, is on its way with the runner on first. And it is low, and he walks Mason Sykes. 2 on, nobody out. Orozco throwing extended innings here. Only worked 1 inning his first appearance. Has already thrown 2 1/3. I can see Wyatt Rush down the line for the Spitters jogging. And now I see left-handed, I think, Daniel Carter getting loose. First and second, nobody out. The first pitch is a bunt, but it's pushed foul, and it's the 4th time in this game that the Bombers have failed to execute a sac bunt. Somehow, every time, though, they've still been able to move runners and score them. Trying to play small ball, not working. Summerhill is in on the grass at third. Steigel's in at first to play a bunt. Let's see if Israel has the sack on again. He does show bunt, and that ball is on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Orozco. Now the bunt, in all likelihood, will be off with 2 strikes, because a foul strike or a foul bunt would be a strikeout. So we'll see now if Israel has to swing away. I think he will. 0-2. He's 0 for 3 on the day. He does swing, and I think he's... Well, hit him in the box. So fouls it off. It hits him in the box, which means it's a foul ball. Thought for a second it got him outside the box. Home plate umpire ruled it in the box, which is foul. If it hit him outside the box, then it's an out. But it hits him in the box, so it's foul. Runner at second. Kraus getting a decent lead. The pitch, 0-2, line softly, and that is a fair ball into left field. He's going to take the turn, go to second, throw by Symington way high, sails over the head of Brewer. Truitt backs up the play. It's an RBI double for Nicholas Israel, and then a run scores on an error, so both runs the Spitters just scored are immediately erased. It's 8-5 Bombers. Orozco now working with the runner on third, nobody out, with Drew Dyer up. Infield is now in. First pitch swinging, popped up, but it will go out of play. It was fine 2-strike hitting by Nicholas Israel, but a very cheap hit as he just tossed the bat out, didn't even do a full swing, and poked it down the left field line for a hit. Scoring 1 run, and then another run scoring on the throw-in error by Miles Symington out and left. 0-1 the count to Dyer. Swings through that pitch, and it's 0-2. Spitters looking like they'll need some kind of a rally through the last 2 innings to have a chance as another arm getting loose in the Bombers bullpen. 0-2 pitch to Dyer with the runner on third. Infield drawn way in, and chopper to second. Brewer makes the play, watches the runner back. So it's a slow chopper. Brewer made a nice pick on the short hop right in front of him. Looks back the runner, Israel, who held up. And it is a ground ball for the first out. In with 1 out now is Blake Bean. He's doubled, walked, and reached on an error to Brewer. So Brewer needs to be on the lookout on the right side of the infield with the lefty up. First pitch is Breaking ball low. Bean moved his hands a little bit, thought about it, held up, and it's 1-0. 3-run ball game in the bottom of the 7th. Pitt Spitters scored 2 in the top half, and they gave them right back in the bottom half. Bombers can score a third. Here, runner on third. Bean hits it out of play down the left side. 1-1 count to Blake Bean. Pitt Spitters have given up 9 hits and 2 errors so far. The 1-1 is in the dirt, but a nice block by Useche to keep that runner at third. For a team that is only 2-5 on the year, they are giving it to the best team in the division, the Pitt Spitters, as that pitch was on the outside corner. Home plate umpire being stingy and says it's ball 3. Orozco trying to work out of a terrible jam here. Runner on third, nobody out. He has 1 out. 3-1 count though, so we'll see if he comes right to him. It's right there down the middle, and Bean knows he should have taken a hack at it. So a full count. This is where Orozco needs to throw his best pitch. Get a strikeout or weak contact on the infield to keep that runner at third and give his team a chance. 3-2. It is high and outside, which means the middle infield is going to move back, I think, to double play depth. Faust and Brewer talking about it. Yes, they back it up to double play depth. So up the middle, they'll turn 2. And if it's hit to the corners, they'll look home. Useche came out and gave a first and third sign, letting his team know what to do should the runner steal. I can't imagine they would throw down and give the runner a chance to score as time is ticking here in Battle Creek. First pitch is a nice breaking ball. It's swung on and missed by the leadoff hitter, Ben McNaughton. McNaughton is hitless today, 0 for 3. He does have a walk, and he has a run scored with that walk in the third. Orozco, runners in the corners, 1 out, working out of a jam. That pitch is grounded up the middle. Might be too slow to turn. Faust bobbles it, and it is not in time to turn 2, so it is going to be a fielder's choice. Run scored for the Bombers, and they lead by 4. Not even sure if Faust fielded it cleanly because he bobbled it for just a split second if he would have got McNaughton, who was busting it down the line. He got the lead runner, though, at second. So there's a runner on first, 2 outs, but another run scores. It's a 4-run ball game. Ed Johnson now ready to go. Orozco picks over. Runner is safe. Morgan Lunceford in line for the loss after 3 2/3, 6 earned runs. Orozco so far has pitched 3 innings with just 3 hits, but 3 runs, 2 of them earned. The only run not earned was on the double and the throwing error by Symington. Runner leads from first, McNaughton. Ed Johnson down 0-1. Orozco looking to just get out of this inning where it's at. Prevent any further damage. Big curveball, swing, and a miss on a foul tip, actually. And it's 0-2. 0-2 pitch coming to Ed Johnson, who has been hit by a pitch twice and singled, and then grounded out his last time. So he's 1 for 2, 2 hit by pitches. Orozco looking to end this inning. The 0-2, runner goes. Swung on and drilled down the line. The hit and run is going to produce another run. Runner coming in will score easily. Faust doesn't even bother throwing it. And Ed Johnson has his second RBI of the day. It's an RBI double. Nothing you can do about that. It was just a great piece of hitting with 2 strikes. It's a nice hit and run. The second 4-run inning of the game, and finally Joe Orozco will get pulled in this one. He did everything he could, but the Bombers are just hot tonight. They have 10 hits. Doubling up the Pit Spitters in hits and runs through 7 innings of gameplay. They have 3 hits here in the 7th. A single and a pair of doubles. Also 2 walks. Walks have killed the Pit Spitters. They've walked 6 batters on the game. And there's also been 2 guys hit by a pitch. So 8 free passes via a walk or a hit by pitch. And of those 8, a run has come around to score 3 of those 8 times. So 3 runs on the board are just free passes. It started in the 3rd with a pair of walks. Both of them scored on singles. Happened again in the 4th. This time, though, it was 2 hits led off the inning, and then they later came around to score on a single and a fielder's choice. And then in the 7th, just recently, it was a single and then a walk, and then a double. And a fielder's choice brought home the 9th run, and hit and run double just brought home run number 10. So big deficit for the Pit Spitters. Down 5 with 2 outs in the 7th, and Daniel Carter, the left-hander from NC A&T, is looking to just finish this inning and not allow that runner from second to score. Most runs given up on the season for the Pit Spitters, tied with the 10 runs they gave up to Kenosha in their first road game on Friday. Both times the Pit Spitters have traveled from Michigan to Wisconsin or vice versa, that they've given up 10 runs. They traveled from Traverse City to Kenosha on Friday, gave up 10 that night. Traveled from Madison, Wisconsin to Battle Creek today, and they've given up 10 runs. So traveling across state lines has not fared well for the Pit Spitters, as Carter spikes a curveball and the runner advances to third. So Ed Johnson sits at third, looking to score the 11th run of the game. That pitch grounded to second, should end the inning. Brewer stays down on it, fields it, throws to first. Finally, inning over. 4 more runs brought across the plate thanks to 3 hits and a pair of walks. 1 runner left on base. The second 4-run inning of the night, 10-5. Big deficit for Traverse City. When we come back in the 8th, as they will turn to the middle of their order, Monroe Steigels and Useche looking to get back into it, and they'll be facing, looks like, a new pitcher when we come back in the top of the 8th on Pit Spitters Radio. 8th inning here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Spitters trailing by 5. Chris Monroe swings at the first pitch in the dirt from the new pitcher, Davis Bergen. Second pitch from Bergen is swung on and fouled out of play by Chris Monroe down the first baseline. Monroe does have a hit, so his hit streak will live to see another day. Does have 2 RBIs as well, and it got the Spitters off to a 3-0 start, and then 6 unanswered by the Bombers, 2 back in the 7th, and then 4 more unanswered as Monroe swings through a high fastball. Strikeout number 1 for Bergen, 1 away. Tough day offensively for Traverse City. To be expected, sometimes with the long bus ride, guys can feel sluggish, especially traveling from Central Time to Eastern Time. You lose an hour, so it makes the trip seem longer. You have to leave earlier, as Steigels fouls that one out of play, and he's down 0-2. Bus this morning left the hotel at 8 a.m., so guys not getting a lot of sleep got back to the hotel last night late, past 10 o'clock Central Time, that is, so 11 o'clock Eastern Time, and got back to the hotel rooms, and we realized the hotel keys weren't working. Every single guy had to go back down, reprogram their hotel key. Then finally could they go in and get some sleep. Steigels into right center field, and he has a hit. Big hit for Steigels, ends his 0-for-3 night. And a little bit of life for the Spitters. And that's going to get Steigels his first hit for a while here. He's struggled as of late, which can be expected from guys early on in the season, trying to get acclimated to the new scenery, long bus trips, facing new pitchers, so slow starts expected, and the hot starts don't expect to stay around. Miguel Useche now will bat, and this is a guy who really needs to find some outfield grass. Really needs a hit. 0-for-3 today, a pair of strikeouts, and reached on an error. 0-for-22 to start the year. Needs this one. Needs something here, not only to try to get his team back in the game, but just for that own little personal boost of confidence. This guy works so hard every day at practice in the batting cage. In the games, works hard, hits the ball hard. You just can't find some grass. Always hits it right to a fielder. Gets robbed of hits constantly, and that's why his average is 0. So a hit here can really just give him a boost. Swing, line to short, and that's what I'm talking about. Hard hit ball on the screws, right to the shortstop, and there's 2 outs. Second game in a row, Useche is going to go hitless despite hitting a ball easily over 90 miles per hour off the bat, exit velo, and it's not going to find a hole. So Useche starts his year 0-for-23. There are 2 outs in the 8th, and Colin Summerhill is up, and he swings at the first pitch and hits it down the line. So last night, guys, getting to sleep late after the win over Madison. Big offensive win. Couldn't go to sleep until about 11 Eastern. Then get on the bus. Summerhill shoots it to right field for a base hit. So 2 hits in the inning. Spitters have something going with 2 outs. But last night, weren't able to go to sleep until late. Only got a few hours of sleep. Had to be up again at likely, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern, left at 9 a.m. Eastern, got to the field at about 4 o'clock Eastern time, had the pregame meal, actually make about 3 o'clock, 3:30, somewhere in there. Pregame meal, take BP at about 5 o'clock, and then play a game. It's a tough schedule to work around. Obviously, not trying to make excuses for the performance, but it's the second time that the long bus ride has led to a slow start out the gate offensively. And the Pitt Spitters are in danger of losing their 3rd consecutive road opener. They dropped the opener to the Kingfish, to the Mallards, and big hack there by Aiden Brewer looking for hit number 3 on the night. Danger of dropping game 1 to the Bombers. Good news, if they do, expect the Bats to explode tomorrow as they've erupted for 14 and 13 runs following a loss. 2-strike count to Aiden Brewer. That pitch on the outside corner, strike 3. Brewer doesn't like it. I can't tell where it's at on the plate from my angle in the press box, but I'm going to stick with my guy Brewer and have his back and say that pitch was a hair outside. Nonetheless, strike 3, inning over. Pitt Spitters will have 3 outs in the 9th to score at least 5 runs. Carter will just try to hold the lead right where it's at, give his team some kind of a chance in the 9th until the bottom of the 8th, right here on Pitt Spitter Radio. Bottom of the 8th, getting underway here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Pitt Spitters trail by 5. Into the box to lead off against Daniel Carter, the left-hander, is Miguel L'Oreal. Scratch that. Jacob McKean. As he fouls one back, counts 1-1. That's right. L'Oreal struck out to end the inning. Last time up. So McKean will lead off the inning. Five-run ball game, 8th inning. Breaking ball, grounded to third. Summerhill makes the play, fires across the diamond to Michael Steigels, and there's one out. In is Steven Krause now. He started off the 7th inning with a single, and then he came around to score the first of 4 runs. He is 1 for 4 on the day. He's swinging at the first pitch, but that was a nasty, looked like a changeup. Again, can't really tell what the exact pitch is from my angle, but looked like a changeup as he swung way ahead of it. And there's 1 strike. Carter again deals. That ball is actually behind Kraus. Looked like a fastball. But can't imagine the fastball would get away from Carter that much. Must have been some kind of off-speed or breaking pitch. And it's 1-1. Kraus set again and swings through another nice pitch from Carter. And there are 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Daniel Carter looking for strikeout number 1 of the inning, and he won't get it for at least 1 more pitch as Kraus fouls it off. That ball hit into center. Hawkinson moves a few steps back, but will make the easy play on it for the 2nd out. Two away here in the bottom of the 8th. Carter just doing what he can to keep the lead at 5 and give his team some kind of an opportunity to produce a miraculous comeback. That ball, curveball, in for strike number 1 to the DH, Mason Sykes. Sykes has 1 hit and 3 trips to the plate, and he has a walk. There's a pitcher for the Bombers getting warm in the bullpen, as that ball is fouled off the foot of Sykes back to the mound. Looks like he's hurt, crouched down. He has the shin guard on, but it had. Well, here in the top of the 9th, internet problems on Battle Creek's side. Wi-Fi totally went out, so the live stream on the Northwoods League website is completely down. But 2 outs, top of the 9th. Pit Spitters down 5. This one is in the bag, so going to quickly wrap it up. Pit Spitters are going to lose their 3rd game of the season, their 3rd road game, their 3rd series opener on the road. So they've lost all 3 games in the first game of a 2-game set on the road. Lost to Kenosha, Madison, and now Battle Creek. Just outplayed today. Simply were outplayed by Battle Creek. Sometimes the better team loses, but they beat themselves. Not the case tonight. Very even on the board. Errors to a piece. The bats for the Bombers were just more awake, as they had 10 hits compared to the Pit Spitters 7. 10 runs compared to the Pit Spitters 5. So as Christian Faust is in with 2 strikes and 2 outs, watches ball in the dirt, 2-2. Looks like the Pit Spitters will drop on the season to 6-3. And the Bombers will improve to 3-5. Looking at the scoreboard, the Kingfish are down in Kenosha 1 run to the Mallards. So as long as they lose, then the Pit Spitters will still be in 1st place in the East. However, if the Kingfish win, then there'll be a tie for 1st as Faust pops up in foul territory, and that ball's caught, and the Bombers are on the field to celebrate. They have now won 2 in a row, the Bombers have. Spitters, after starting 4-0, have lost 3 of their last 5. These two teams will meet again tomorrow, same time, 6:35 Eastern, here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Aaron Gustafson will go for the Spitters, making his second start. He's 1-0 on the season with a 1.8 ERA. Getting the loss tonight is Morgan Lunceford, the right-hander, the 18-year-old. He's going to drop on the season to 0-1. The win is going to go to Tanner McNamara because Lyle Hibbets was not able to go 5 innings, the number of innings needed to qualify for a win. Spitters lose 10-5, look to bounce back tomorrow. Look to bounce back for the 3rd time after losing the series opener. And we'll be right here on the same spot on Traverse City Spitters Radio via YouTube. So be here 6:35. Going to start at 6:30 to go through some pregame, some starting lineups, starting pitching matchups, etc. Until then, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, I'm Stephen Walker with the Traverse City Spitters on Traverse City Spitters Radio. We'll